Service FM Stadium, about to bring you the NPLSA Round 6 clash between Salisbury Inter and West Torrens Birkalla. This is Paul testing at Service FM Stadium.
Joined by Paul. Testing at Service FM Stadium
for this round 6 WNPLSA clash between Salisbury Inter and West Torrens Birkalla. Looking forward to an absolutely tremendous match. What do you think, Nicole? Should be absolutely amazing, and of course these teams are going to be possibly the teams that are going to try to challenge your West Adelaide, Nicole. Yeah, really looking forward to it.
Tonight's match is between Salisbury Inter and West Torrens Birkalla, scheduled to begin at 8:15. Salisbury Inter would like to thank its sponsors for their support. Aspire Homes, Planner, AIS, TPS, Crown Plaza Molson Lakes, Loomis, Saints Kitchen, MHT, Highcrete, Greenwich Dental, Integrated Waterproofing, Belgravia.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Service FM Stadium for this round 6 clash in the WNPLSA, brought to you by Apex Steel. And it's the two teams that came into this round in second and third place respectively. West Torrens Birkalla, who are being hosted by Salisbury Inter. It should be an absolutely tremendous match. And joining me here tonight on the commentary is a player from the team that's in first place at the moment, the team that everybody's trying to catch. And we're about to see the perhaps next best two contenders at this stage. Nicole Blackett, welcome to commentary. Welcome to the game. It's good to have you back, and congratulations to you on last week reaching your 300 game milestone in the WNPLSA and 2 goals and player of the match.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was awesome. It's good to get on the score sheet and to tick off such a big milestone. Stoked.
Yeah, well, it was a great performance by your team, and still at 100% record for your team. And tonight we're looking at, I said at the start, the two teams that were second and third coming into the round, but as it happens, there's been a game that's been completed at LJ Hickamara Sports Park. Adelaide Comets temporarily going to second place, having beaten Flinders United there by 5 goals to 0.
Yeah, go in there and
Just waiting for the teams to come out. We look to be running a little bit late of the 8:15 scheduled kickoff. Just a chance to go through the two sides. For Inter, it'll be Matilda Conley in goal, back forward Gavin DeMarco, Zoe Jackson, Hannah Freer and Michaela Vidmar. In midfield, Lexi Knox, Huey Fiji, Georgia Box, and up forward, Claudia Hewitt, Cotto Rojas and Talia Rankin. Inter, of course, are coached by Carl Maynard. And for Berks, it's Ayano Kurosawa in goal, a back four of Jazz Franks, Alice McCauley, Nicole Robertson and Annalise Simpson. In midfield, Elfie Insis, Lena Vogelson and Alana Ursino. And up forward, Andrew Mills, Captain Sarah Chappell and Sasha Williams. A quick look at the benches for Inter, it's Gabby Fazzolari, Isabella Calensis, Selena Cravo, Zoe Wiseman, Jazz Forward and Marcella Brooks, who has 7 goals so far from the opening 5 rounds. And for Berks, it's Talia Bellado, Hayley Meads, Lara Dragani, Marie Juliatis, Atara Jayamane and reserve keeper Kendall Jenner. The referee tonight is Ellie Seck and the assistants are Declan Clark and Shoaib Hassan. Well, you played against the Inter, a terrific match here a few weeks ago. You haven't seen Berks yet. How do you think these two teams might line up against each other, and perhaps what they're relatively going to be strong in, what areas they might be vulnerable in?
Yeah, I think it'll be quite an even match. I'm expecting potentially some goals, hopefully, to see. It'd be interesting to see how Berks go quite a bigger pitch than what they used to. They do have a good record at Jacksonville, so seeing how well that can transfer onto a larger pitch, and to obviously play here every second week, so they may be more used to it. So maybe some wide areas and might find some success, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
It's a good point you make. Berks did win here. That was against Flinders, who have obviously been struggling so far this season. But the one loss they had was on the slightly smaller pitch behind us, on pitch 2 against NTC. So they've just had 2 home games at Jack Smith Park, where they've had some tight wins over Comets and Metro Stars. So they are genuinely the away team tonight, aren't they? Inter so used to playing at this being their home venue.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll just await the team's arrival onto the pitch. There is another match in progress at the moment. That is between Campbelltown and Adelaide Uni. is at Campbelltown and the score is currently 0-0. The table before tonight, West Adelaide with a perfect record, 5 wins out of 5 and 15 points. Birks, 3 wins and 1 loss, 12 points, and then Inter, 3 wins, a draw and a loss, 10 points. As we mentioned, Comets has defeated Fitters United 5-0 earlier this evening, so they're now on 12 points. And one of these sides, at least though, will go back ahead at the conclusion of this game. Either Birks if they win or if it's a draw, or Inter if they win. And now the teams come out, being led by their respective captains. It's Inter in the blue and black, Lexinox leading them out, and Sarah Chapel leading out Birks in their change strip of the white and yellow shirt. Birks unchanged starting 11 from last week. They didn't have Talia Milano in their squad last week. She is back, but as a substitute. Inter have made the one change. Marcella Brooks has dropped to the bench, and Zoe Jackson has come in, which has meant a little bit of a formation change. Brooks had a little bit of an injury last week and has perhaps just been taken care of by starting as a sub tonight. Absolutely terrific atmosphere, very skinny night, already some good noise from the stands, and Service FM Stadium looking at absolute picture. The football capital of South Australia here in James Cross. A little bit of breeze, if we look at the corner flags, possibly just going towards the northern end, which will be the left-hand side as you see it. Both teams in their huddles. Stakes tonight are very high indeed. We will have completed 1/3 of the home and away rounds at the conclusion of round 6. And I guess at this stage of the season, even though there's a long, long way to go, you really want to be in a position where if you haven't gotten too many points on the board, or if you're trying to hunt for silverware, you've really got to start to make your move. Looks like Inter has the kick-off. Tato Rojas over the ball. We are close. To the beginning of the third match of the evening in round 6 of the WNPLSA, and we are away with an early possession for Inter-captain Lexi Knox. Jackson. Knox swings it out to the left-hand side. Inter trying to pass their way through, but some good interception. Jackson is able to clear up though and put the ball up the wing towards Hewitt, but it's gone out for a throw-in. Trying to find Chapel, who's gone forward while Talia Bilardo is unavailable. Versatile player, of course, Sarah Chapel. Send her play in defence, midfield, and now filling in the number 9 position. It's going to be a throw for Simpson. That should be cleared. Trying to get the forward there was Fuji. And there's going to be a free kick for Inter. Jackson leaves it for keeper Matilda Comley. Looks long. It's just over Vogelsang. Rankin trying to get through there. It's going to be a throw in. DeMarco in the left back position this evening to take. Rojas flicks it on. Tries to get Hewitt onto it. It's going to be cleared up at the back by Simpson. And that's going to be another throw. Just waiting for another ball to come onto the pitch. Inter won't want to concede early. That's something that has happened to them in most rounds this year. All but round one, Inter have conceded first. They've come back to win a couple of those games, but they certainly won't want to have to keep going down that path. Ball comes to Vogelsang, touches it through, Mills, long, and Comley's come a long way and is able to get the ball up towards Hewitt on the attacking left. The return ball from Rankin, Hewitt, Rojas, just holds the ball up. Fuji. Oh, and that's a big challenge there by Simpson, and a free kick given instantly. And Simpson's going to get a talking to here. And as well as that, Inter have a free kick in an interesting position. Maybe just a little bit too wide for a direct shot. Would you hit one from here, Nicole?
Oh, I'd give it a crack probably.
Will Fuji do that? There are 3 in the wall for Burks. Line is being kept tightly towards the 18-yard line. Fuji goes direct, but it was always sailing high. Goal kick for her compatriot, Ayano Kurosawa. 4 minutes played here. Macaulay, Franks, Old Adelaide City connection. In defence together for Burks. Robertson as well. It's a bit of a reunion almost. It's gone out for an Inter throw, which Vidmar will take, speaking of ex-Adelaide City players. That's a foul throw, well called, Nicole. Referee Seaton very quick to rule there, so Franks will take, left back for Burks. Chappell offers, goes over towards Mills, playing against the side she was with last year, Salisbury Inter. Now Jackson under just a little bit of pressure, gets it back to Comley, who's able to clear. Can Vogelsang get onto it? Parinsas plays it forward. Well, 5 minutes gone so far, Nicole. Mentioning that Nicole Blackett of West Adelaide with us tonight. Great to have you on board. How have you seen it so far?
Yeah, I think a lot of energy is out there. That both teams are trying to probably take control of the game. But yeah, so far so good.
Burks with the throw. Inter have the numbers, but Chappell's trying to get through. There's going to be a free kick to Salisbury Inter. Here's Comley. Freer. 2 vice captains for Salisbury Inter. Freer's ball forwards intercepted. It's fallen to Knox, the captain. Trying to swing it over towards where Hewitt is, and her touch. It's just gone to Kurosawa. It goes long. Williams, but Rankin's touch brought it back under control for Inter. And Rankin wants to get Rojas going just a little bit too much on that one. And it runs on to Kurosawa. Out to the left, and here's Ange Mills again. Vogelsang. Mills gets past one, but Freer is there. Here's Vogelsang battling with Fuji. Box coming through, and Franks clears the danger for Burks. DeMarco tries to do the same. Bit of aerial ping pong at the moment. Jackson just gets it back safely to Comley. Princess comes to apply the pressure. Comley gets it to box. It's a good ball. Vidmar long. In the way there was Macaulay. Plenty of battling for all possessions at the moment. Chappell holds on well. Wanted to get the ball out wide. And that's going to go out for a throw. That's pretty combative in midfield. Good pressure from both sides.
Yeah, the Burks are looking quite aggressive towards the ball. I feel like they're, at this very moment, they're first to it and maybe shaking up Inter just a little bit. We'll see what they can do here. Either team can seem to settle down the play a bit more and keep some possession.
Here's Jackson. Fuji, nice touch. Hewitt. Rojas. Some good movement here, Knox. Out to the right hand side. That's a really nice ball. Oh, it's just run a little bit too far for Vidmar. Oh, that was a bit better from Inter. Got some nice passing movement there through the middle of the park. But the last ball just over here. Simpson. Better pressure from Inter here. Fuji trying to get onto it, Princess. In the end, the ball's going to come out to Franks, who burst forward, but there's way too much on that one. And that's gone out for a throw. Vidmar goes back to take. It's a very new Inter side this year. Vidmar, one of many players that have joined the blue and black. Of course, Rojas rejoining the team this year. Claudia Hewitt, who was also previously at Flinders with Rojas, and Zoe Wiseman, who's on the bench, another one from Flinders, and some players from interstate and overseas as well. And here's one of those overseas ones, Yui Fuji. Getting the ball out to where DeMarco is. That might just run out of play though. And of course, Marcella Brooks, who we've mentioned, 7 goals so far in the opening 5 rounds. Talia Rankin, who's come from playing at Uni of New South Wales. These are some very, very strong additions for Inter. Here's DeMarco's throw. Rojas wants, gives it back. That ball up the line though is put out by Simpson. DeMarco again. Once again plays it with Rojas, but Princess is going to be able to clear for Burks. Freer underneath. It's going to drop to Williams. Freer in the way again. DeMarco. Rojas wanted to touch it inboard for Rankin, but now Vogelsang has it. Oh, good interception there, Jackson. And Rojas turns nicely. Just Hewitt ahead of her at this stage. Now box with a run. And cleared by Macaulay. All the way through to Comley. He has time, a long way from home though. Freer. Oh, Macaulay's going to get there. Chappell to Vogelsang. Now, Williams did beat the trap there, but the ball went a little bit too far from a Burke's point of view. So thinking back to that game, Nicole, that you played against Inter, it was a very, very tight, really exciting game. They did you feel they were a very different Inter side with all these new players to what you've played against in the past?
Yeah, I think so. There's obviously multiple different signings, and not the Inter that I've been used to the past decade with, Chantel Ryder and Nicole Calder, big names like that are no longer there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the international signings definitely bring a new dynamic and something for our team to sort of analyse and work out how we can stop them doing what they want to do. But yeah, it's dynamic. It's an exciting team.
Yeah, they've certainly worked very hard on recruiting. Now Chappell trying to run onto that. Comley gets it away. Here's Knox under pressure. And it's a free kick for Ursino's attention. Taken quickly. Vicino, of course, yet another player who's formerly of Adelaide City. Franks clears. It's over Jackson, who just manages to head it back. Of course, there's one, Matilda Comley, one of the long-time players now at the Inter club. Joined in 2020, previously at Fulham United. Oh, and Knox and Freer just not quite combining there. Not as many changes to Burks, but one thing we were talking about beforehand was, we'll just pause for a moment because Williams nearly got onto that, but it's with Fuji. Well, we were talking a bit before kickoff, Nicole, about the fact that their defence seems to have tightened up a fair bit this year.
Yeah, like we said, a lot of Adelaide City girls have obviously decided not to play State League and moved over, and that club seems to be Burks for some of them. So yeah, Alice Macaulay, who's been playing for a long time, she brings a lot of experience in the back line. Annalise Simpson from NTC, she's very dynamic, aggressive sort of fullback as well. So yeah, just a bit of mix of experience and just a change up as well. They have only conceded, 5 goals this year?
Yeah. That, Inter are about to try to make it a 6th, but I think the ball had gone out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think in previous seasons they've, been a side that would conceive a lot of goals, and yeah, they've definitely tightened it up so far these first 5 games.
Yeah, they definitely have. Only conceding a goal a game so far. Pretty good going, or on average. Franks. Vogelsang gives it back. Just lying deep, the German midfielder. Robertson back to Kurosawa. Knox should win that unopposed. Might come out to box. Rojas has just had to turn away. But still has the ball. Wanted to slip it through for Fuji, but Burks have it now. Williams trying to use her pace, of which there is plenty, but that was really, really well read there for Inter by Talia Rankin. Fuji. DeMarco. And Hewitt. That's going to be an Inter throw, I think. No, it's a Burks throw. Last touch ruled to be off Hewitt. Simpson to Princess. Just didn't quite get hold of that. And it's an Inter ball. Well, I know there's a lot of player movement in the WNPL every year. I'll just pause for a moment because here's an opportunity to get a cross in through DeMarco. That's gone out for a throw-in. I know there's a lot of player movement, but every now and then it seems incredibly odd seeing certain players in other colours, and I've got to say, not seeing Alice McCauley in Adelaide City colours is one that is really hard to get used to.
Yeah, still got the black and white, just extra some yellow in there too.
Fuji's cross, and a chance, and Box was there with the header. Was under pressure. Franks gets it away, but it's going to come to Vidmar. Another player that is hard to imagine away from Adelaide City, especially with the history of her family. Here's Lexi Knox. And that's just going to fall to Williams, who can burst forward here. Williams, Rankin in pursuit, goes the shot, and that's going to go wide of the goal.
She's rapid.
Oh, she is. It's a pretty quick right-hand side there with her and Annalise Simpson behind her. That's quite a bit of pace.
For sure.
Here's Freer. Vidmar. Inboard, Box. And Freer will just get it back to her keeper. Jackson has some space to push into. Oh, the ball went out. It's a throw in to Burks. Header is coming out towards Box, but Ursino's there. Knox sends it back in the other direction. Now Box has got some space. Trying to get it through to Rojas, but there's Robertson and McCauley, and it's worked its way out to Mills, who wants to hook it over. That's not a bad ball. Jackson and Chappell in pursuit. Jackson's done well and had to. That's really good play to manage to hold on there, especially against the attentions of Sarah Chappell. And it's back with Freer. Inboard. Hewitt. DeMarco. Wants to get Hewitt going again, but that's going to run on. Simpson will put it out. Probably, Nicole, I don't think either team, they've had one or two good moves each, but I don't know that they've quite found the rhythm that they want.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's been quite back and forth. A lot of teams trying to play in behind or balls that are getting cut out. I think the ideas are there, but not the details. Here's Fuji.
Lovely feet by Fuji and goes over. And I think Kurosawa might have got a touch there, so yes, it's going to be a corner.
Yes, I think the ideas are right. The details are just lacking that final bit of movement or touch or pass or whatever it is to complete that. But promising signs just there as into have the first corner game.
Yeah, and Fuji, who made it happen, will go over and take set play. 2 interplayers on the goal line, the rest coming from deep. And it's over. Rankin wasn't able to get there, punched away by Kurosawa. Ball's been cleared. Now Chappell and DeMarco battling for it. DeMarco got a foot in there. Can they get it back to Rankin? Vogelsen got in the way. Good battling both teams. DeMarco gets it back to Rojas. Now Cotte tries to get past Simpson. Rojas just never quite got hold of that. Just made herself, that's what she does so well, isn't it? Just makes that little chance for her to get a shot away.
Yes, very technical, as we all know. For many years when she's been in this league, she's able to make something out of nothing, but unfortunately then for her, not the finish she was after.
Here's Mills. Switches it out to where Simpson has some space. will want to try to get Williams going. Jackson turns it away. Williams gets it back. This time Freer gets it forward. And will it just stay in for Hewitt? It does. Hewitt now has Rojas in the middle, goes the cross. It was always a little bit too much on that one. It's going to go out for a throw in. You're watching the Apex Steel WNPLSA. We thank our partner Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA. And the score on the One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. It's Salisbury into nil, West Torrens Birkalla nil. It's 22 minutes played here at Service FM Stadium. Freer with a good foot there, but Vogelsang will get there for Burks. Princess wants to give it back. Foot in there by Vidmar. Rankin, that's going to be a free kick to Inter. Knox now to try to float it in. Who will be the target? With Box and Rankin in the sort of position you'd expect it to be delivered. There is Box who heads it back inboard. Kurosawa anticipated, claimed. And long from the Burks keeper towards Chapel. That's going to run through to Freer. Knox. DeMarco. Here's Hewitt. And again, trying to get the cross in. Well, looks like the ball stayed in. Few appeals that Kurosawa may have carried it out, but nothing doing. Again, in the Chapel direction, but the numbers are all with Inter, and once again, Hannah Freer will be able to clear up. Box. Freer. Fuji making a move. Here is Fuji. Vidmar. Good challenge there by Ursino, former teammate of Vidmar's. Vidmar towards Rojas. Goes over the Chilean forward. Fuji with the header. Here's Vogelsang. Gets it back to her keeper. Vogelsang. That's a nice ball. Franks. Wants to get Mills going there. Bit too much on it. And once again, Hannah Freer is exactly where she needs to be. Jackson. Gets it back from DeMarco. Knox. Turns nicely. Vidmar. Fuji's made a run. It's hit towards Rojas though. Now the ball breaks to Franks. Oh, good interception, Knox. Pushes forward. Vidmar. It's just all a little bit narrow at the moment. Now it goes out wide to Fuji. Busy midfielder. Nice play. Hewitt. Doesn't quite get to Box. Into just increasing their pressure a little. Freer again. There's more space for Vidmar now to get a cross in. And intercepted again. And now Chapel has it. Not much ahead of her though. Chapel against Freer. Chapel pushes forward. Now Williams has made a big run. Williams tries to turn, but ball came to DeMarco, but Vogelsang's there. Back to Williams. Challenged by Rankin. And DeMarco should be able to diffuse the danger there. I just feel a bit of the game's just gone up a little notch in these last few minutes.
Yeah, definitely a rise in the intensity. Some lovely individual skill by Sarah Chapel there to get forward. And almost made a chance of it.
Vogelsang gets it back to Simpson. Now, can Princess get the ball in? Oh, that's going to be a corner. First one for Burks. on their attacking right. And a reminder that we thank our partner Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA, for bringing us this broadcast. And One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. It's 0-0 in the 27th minute. But Burks have a corner, which Macaulay is going to deliver to see if they can break the deadlock. Plenty of players close to the front post for the visiting team. It's high towards Vogelsang. It's over her though, and Rankin gets it away. Mills will be able to win possession though for Burks. Mills tries to take on Box, but runs out of real estate. And that's going to be a goal kick.
That's the worst as a left winger. Think you got more room and you don't.
That's never happened to you, has it?
No, many times. Been humbled many times.
Fuji. Princess got there. Williams. Now here's DeMarco. Sent back by Simpson. Throw in. Rojas offers. And DeMarco's just gone a little bit too far forward of where the ball went out. And is sent back. Hewitt gives it back. Now that ball over, can Box get onto it? Macaulay was in the way. Ursine. Williams does well to bring the ball in board, but straight to Knox. And miscuing there was Vidmar, but it's going to go safely to Comley. We're closing in on the half-hour mark here. Freer. Rojas. Fuji. Has great feet, Yui Fuji. As does this player, Rojas, but ball was won well there on that occasion by Mills. Vogelsang hasn't really made her presence yet, but we know she is an extremely dangerous player. 4 goals so far this season in Burke's leading scorer from midfield. Chappell, nicely done, but just over Princess. Rankin. Knox. Box. Now, Rojas is to the right. Can get a cross in. Kurosawa's there. Yet another player that's come to this league from interstate. Kurosawa. He's previously been with Broadmeadow in New South Wales. Now here's Williams wanting to get a ball in. Oh, and Comley had to come out and clear with the feet. And the ball's fallen to Fuji. Rankin. Fuji. Rojas wanting to just touch it on there for Hewitt. But now Vogelsang turns nicely. It's fallen to Freer. Box. Knox. Breaks to Box again. Fuji, who's everywhere. And DeMarco's ball will find its way through to Hewitt. Tackled by Robinson. Rojas. Knox. Can pull the trigger. Lexi Knox. Vogelsang got in the way. And does so again. But it comes to Fuji. Still Yui Fuji. Wanted to get the ball through to Box. They're knocking on the door, but it's been put out for a throw. Oh, that shot by Alexi Knox was travelling, wasn't it?
Certainly was. I think Vogelsang got smacked in the ear there. She's still standing, surprisingly.
She would have felt that though.
Yep. Always love to see a player wind up from that distance. She did that last year. She got a goal from about that distance. Here she is again.
Yeah. Wanting to get it over probably a bit too much on that one.
Yep.
Vidmar was trying to get on the end of that. Oh, and Kurosawa's ball. No, it wasn't kept in the end by Simpson. Now, Robinson tries to get the throw away. Here's Knox again, battling with Vogelsang. That's one mighty battle, if I might say. Those two have been up against each other a fair bit so far this game. Freer, box. Oh, that was a nice touch. Franks will put it out. Salisbury into coach Coleman saying, Boxy, that's okay. It's a pretty good touch, I thought. Vidmar's throw, trying to get it to box again. They'll gain about 10 to 15 metres here up the attacking right, Salisbury Inter. Hewitt does well to get that ball in, but it's going to be cleared there by Robertson. And Jackson's header will find its way to DeMarco, who sends it long, and it might stay alive here for box. Well, they're not easy, those, are they, when they come from that sort of distance, but she did have an opportunity there. That kick from Kurosawa has gone over Ange Mills. Vidmar. Box trying to turn, but the ball's going to go out. Chappell. Vogelsang. Now Simpson's got some room to move. Simpson wanting to get it inboard to Chappell, who's just had to go back. Vogelsang. Looks like she wanted the right. Ange Mills. Oh, and it might just stay inboard. Jackson heads it away. Freer has time. Up towards Rojas. Good touch for box. Back with Rojas. Great contest all over the field here. Freer. And away by Franks again and Ursino. Williams. Simpson. There's a few players forward here. Chappell's to the right. That's where it goes. Wants to get the cross in back towards Williams, but Knox was in the way and here's Fuji. Who I feel like has covered every blade of grass already in this game. Rankin gets it from Hewitt. Rojas. Good challenge there by Franks. But it's back with Inter and Rankin. Freer. Knox. Rojas. Loves these situations. Cote Rojas. You just can't give her that sort of space. And she scores again for Salisbury Inter. That's 3 goals in 3 games for Cote Rojas. And Inter take the lead. Well, they just let her go for that one moment, and you just can't, can you, with Cote?
Yeah, I was just watching her actually. She lost the ball then, and I watched her just get straight back up and made a run. And she just happened to yeah, that ball came through perfectly and she's slotted it away. Yeah, that's definitely one of her best attributes. She doesn't give up and she keeps going and makes the runs and is always in the right spot. So, yeah, 1-0 Inter.
They've probably been, I think, the slightly more likely team. They haven't made it a lot of huge chances, but they've probably had more of the forward play. Here's Vidmar. Frank's in the way, and a bit rough on Franks. She'd done so well to win the ball off Rojas, but then before she knew it, Inter had won the ball back and Rojas was gone. Jackson. DeMarco gives it back. Fuji. Nice ball. Rojas again. Tries to juggle. Simpson just puts it away towards the line. Well, there is one silver lining, well, silver lining is probably not the right word, but one thing that would encourage Berks, like Salisbury Inter, they've scored in every round so far this season. This game was probably never likely to be a 0-0 draw, given the scoring prowess of these sides. Franks holds on well there. Macaulay, oh, that could be dangerous. Kurosawa just gets there in front of Rojas. Back with Macaulay. Fuji wins it and gets it back. Nice triangles. Fuji just tried the nutmeg on Ursino. Put out by Vogelsang. Vidmar's throw, gets it back from Rojas. Rojas again, it's going to be a free. Pushed over there by Macaulay. No love lost there between two players who will have faced each other many, many times in this competition. Referee Seaton just measuring out the 10 yards. It's a wall of just one though. Sarah Chappell facing Fuji's free kick. Fuji swings it in. It's not into a bad area and just a little bit of hesitation there. Well, it seemed to be by Kurosawa, but she was able to just let it go out for a goal kick. Goes long, Burke's keeper. Knox is there, Vogelsang's there for Burks. Now, Chappell goes from distance. Well, it was against Salisbury Inter that I think I saw Chappell score the longest range goals of her catalogue of long range goals. It was on the second pitch here a couple of years ago. Inter won that game 6-2. Chappell got both Burke's goals and both were from downtown. Yeah,
very capable of chipping from that distance or just, yeah, sending it into the corner. She's got a great range on her.
This is only the 10th meeting between these two sides in the WNPL because, of course, Burke's first season was 2022, but I feel like just about every time these teams play each other, there's a point of interest. And that was certainly it on that occasion. Of course, I mention it every time these two teams play, but in 2022, Burks had to beat Inter in the last round to avoid relegation and to win their first ever WNPL game, and they did so. And Chapel scored that evening. Inboard for Ursino. Now, can Mills get onto this and get a ball in? Ange Mills wants to get onto the right, but cross is going to go into the grateful hands of Matilda Conway. The most high-profile meeting between these two sides was in 2024. They played in the preliminary final on this pitch. Burks went ahead early through Dylan Holmes, but Inter came back to win with goals from Erin Hood and Ruri Nagashima, who played just the one season here. Jackson tries to get the ball onto Hewitt. Robertson will get there first. And Kurosawa will clear to the line. Just 2.5 minutes left, plus stoppages, of which there probably won't be many.
No, I don't think so. There hasn't been. Well, I couldn't tell you one stoppage we've had so far, so
Yeah, it's really
maybe
just
1 or 2 minutes.
Really just been the ref having a couple of chats. His box. DeMarco goes for goal. Oh, Kurosawa just spilled it. She's lost it. And the flag had gone up for offside. And Kurosawa, who's been pretty tidy in goals for Burks thus far this season, just had a bit of a moment there. Luckily, he's gotten away with it. Franks. Well, that's just going to go to Freer. Fuji. That's won by Princess. Fuji fights back. There's Knox. I tell you what, it's there's nothing boring about watching Yui Fuji play.
No, she's very tidy.
It's great composure and balance. Throw in for Burks. Just trying to scoop it forward towards Princess, but there's Fuji again. And Hewitt tried to get it inboard. Nice touch there by Freer to Rojas. Trying to get it for Rankin, but good defending there by Simpson. Fuji wins it back. And into coach Kalmana dealing out easy, maybe thinking let's just take this lead into the shed. Oh, that's gone out for a throw, so Burks will have a late chance perhaps with possession here. We're in the 45th minute. We thank our partner Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA, and One World LED and Sportal Systems, and on the One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. As the clock's about to tick to 45 minutes, it's Salisbury into 1, West Torrens, Birkalla 0. Fuji's header, back to Hewitt, who holds on well. Rankin wanting to get it forward to Rojas. Frank's in the way again. Williams. Can Burks mount a late attack here in the quest for an equaliser? They might. Princess. Mills. Just looking for support. And Fuji's come through and won the ball and wins the free. Well, thoughts on this first half, Nicole?
Yeah, it's been a bit of everything really. I feel like it was quite right at the start, a lot of high energy, and now I feel like we're into slowly taking control of the game, but also Burks aren't ones to give up, and they're pressing very high at the moment, and they're winning, trying to fight to win every ball. I feel like Burks will eventually score at some point in this game.
And that is half-time here at Service FM Stadium in this round 6 clash of the Apex Steel WNPLSA between the teams that came into this round in second and third positions, Salisbury, Inter and West Torrens Birkalla. Just the one goal scored so far in the 36th minute by Cote Rojas, and that means that the half-time score here is Salisbury Inter 1, West Torrens Birkalla 0. We're going to take a short break. There'll be a few messages and commercials coming up before we bring you the second half. Don't go anywhere. Really looking forward to bringing it to you in what has been a terrific clash so far with the half-time score again. Salisbury Inter 1, West Torrens Birkalla 0.
I signed my child up. Well, this is probably second time, I reckon. Last year we did it as well.
I thought it'd be good for her to get out and be active because she loves playing soccer.
It's just great to get the kids out, especially off the iPads and stuff like that as well.
She's made new friends, and I'd definitely recommend it to other people.
So you just enjoy the game and just enjoy playing with other kids, yeah.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Inside. That pass isn't really that great, but they still have it. Shot from distance, and that is an absolute rocket from Caelan Laird. super sub comes on, makes it 3-0.
Cutting inside, has the strike. Hussein! That's an unbelievable goal for Hussein for his first of the club. We're only 5 minutes in here, but he's almost taken the net off.
The ball. Bucco now. Great cross field pass to Dominic Costanzo in this side here on his left. Gets a shot in, that's goal bound! It's gone in. Fine finish by Dominic Costanzo, making it 1-1 on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. And maybe more. Scores update in a minute here as this free kick comes in from Kasimovic, who's hit it well. Oh, Hasan Kasimovic. Pick that one out. Oh, that's I've got no words, Paul. That doesn't happen very often, but that's a fine free kick.
No, that's a super strike. Super strike.
Might have been coming out to the path of that Stella, but now, on the break, Sia John has a shot from distance. Wow! Goal of the week! Sia John!
One of the best signs that we know when it is a positive experience is when children keep coming back. We want them to be open to make a mistake so they keep learning. The learning is hidden within the games. So as much as possible, get in contact with the ball.
The kids are repeating the drills a lot, so it just becomes a muscle memory. The kids don't need to focus on the skill itself, they just do it naturally, yeah.
I love refereeing because it's a challenge, you know, to go out to try and get the right decision, manage some of the egos or the personalities, knowing that you've got all these different types of people at play. And it's actually been a good life school as well. I started refereeing junior games on the Sunday. I was playing in senior football on the Saturday, so I felt like, you know, making some money. I think I was a decent player back then. You know, I could have stayed around and played senior football in NPL, but I decided to go refereeing, and I've got in the National League much quicker than if I was as a player. Probably wouldn't have made it as a player, to be honest. Just kind of never looked back and was happy to progress. But I think people should try refereeing. I think it's a great tool to realise, you know, how you can also contribute to part of the game. There's pathways. Definitely it can be a rewarding career.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level. And with a better level, there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player, technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
And it's another goal!
For what is the third match of the evening in round 6 of the Apex Steel NPLSA over at LJ Hookham Island Sports Park earlier tonight. Adelaide Comets defeated Flinders United by 5-0. No new coach bounce for Flinders United, and currently into stoppage time at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre. It's 0-0 between Campbelltown City and Adelaide University. And we'll just keep an eye on that in the next few minutes and give you a final score when we can. And here in the match at Service FM Stadium, it's currently Salisbury Inter, the home side, 1, leading West Torrens Birkalla 0. A goal from Cote Rojas in the 36th minute, separating these two sides. My guest tonight is West Adelaide forward and captain Nicole Blackett. And Nicole, it was a pretty high energy first half, and we were talking during the halftime break that for a lot of that half, both teams were having a lot of trouble putting their foot on the ball. There was a lot of challenges, a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, we were chatting, and I think one of these teams would benefit massively by just, like you said, put the foot on the ball, play the ball around the back for a while, get yourself set up, get all the, if there's any nerves out, or the first 5 minutes is usually pretty high energy. So I think, either team can take control in that way. They can maybe, get control of the game a bit more.
Yeah, it will certainly be interesting to see if the shape of the game will change at all. Certainly Inter, I think, were worth the goal lead. They did have most of the attacking play, but when Burks break, they can threaten at the other end. They didn't really make a chance of note. That's going to need to change if they're going to get something out of this game. Well, Burks are kicking off. They're in the predominantly white shirts. They're kicking to the right of screen as you see it, and that is to the southern or city end here at Service FM Stadium in Jeps Cross. It's an early throw in for DeMarco in this second half. Jackson, who's come into the starting 11 tonight for Salisbury Inter. Freer. So all the way across the line to Vidmar, but Parensis will be there for Burks. Franks. Macaulay. Oh, that's a nice ball over for Chappell. Can Sarah Chappell get onto it? Rain tracked her really well. And finds Freer, who's got time. Deep in defence. Wants to hook it over to where Yui Fuji is, but Franks is there again for Burks. Vogelsang. Franks. That's gone out for a throw in. Now, here's Hewitt. Can move forward. Has got Fuji riding to the left. Fuji might go the shot. It's curling. But it was easy enough for Kurosawa. Who tries to get it out to the attacking left and succeeds in finding Mills. Franks. Chappell. It's been won there by Freer. Fuji to box. Rojas. Oh, an uncharacteristic heavy touch. And it's going to run through to Comley here, who can go with the big clearance. It's going to be Simpson there first, who can, just in two minds in the end. Was chased down by Hewitt, who forced the throw. The game has concluded at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, and it has finished 0-0 between Campbelltown City and Adelaide University. And 1-0 here, as we mentioned, to Salisbury Inter. DeMarco. Jackson. Just went out of space. Throw in, taken quickly by Williams. Chappell. Vogelsang. Wanted to get the return to Chappell. So that result between Uni and Campbelltown not making a huge difference to the table. Uni will now move up to 8 points. They'll still be in 6th spot. Campbelltown will remain in 7th spot for the time being. They will go to 4 points. As we mentioned, Comet's win has temporarily put them second, but one of these sides will finish second tonight. Either whoever wins, or if it's a draw, it'll be Berks finishing second. Right now it's Inter, who are second in a live ladder context, but they're going to need to defend a corner, which Perinsis will go over to take. Will the set piece bring some joy for Berks in their hunt for an equaliser? Perinsis with the outswinger. Comley claims. Wants to get on with it quickly, but in the end just decides to hold on. And use DeMarco. Hewitt. Holds on. Jackson. Vidmar. Pushed away by Macaulay. Mills. Challenged by a couple, still tries to run through. Freer in the way again. Mills wins it back. Freer wins it back again. Good battle. Box now. Wants to get Hewitt going. Robertson should get there first. And just expertly sees it out. And already 5 minutes played in this second half. Franks now. Oh, that's going to fall to Rojas. Brings it inboard. Rankin. Brings it onto a right. Rankin. Oh, hits the bar. Rojas with the follow-up header. Oh, really good effort there by Rankin. Brought it onto her right foot, but her shot was just a fraction too high. Now she comes through and wins the ball. That runs out of space though. Well, Talia Rankin to score for Inter, but has been at the heart of so much of their good work, and you feel like it's only a matter of time before she does. DeMarco now. Rojas runs into the corner. No support at this stage, but the Inter players flooding forward now. Oh, it's gone back to DeMarco, who chips it again in towards Rojas' direction, but that's out for a goal kick, I should say. I think, Nicole, that's where probably Inter has a bit of an advantage, or perhaps what's a little bit different about their side. We're normally thinking about them as a defensive rock sort of team with, you know, the Ryder call to defence, but this brand of Inter looks like there's a few more goals in them.
Yeah, definitely a bit more attacking. And also just they're pressing a little bit higher as well, so they're not really giving Berks much any chance to have a bit of a loose touch, because they're just pouncing on it, and you know they want to go forward and they want to find Cote in those pockets in behind.
Yeah, not to say that there's been any shortcomings in Inter's defence. We're in the 6th round. They've conceded 6 goals.
I think even bringing Lexi Knox forward shows a lot as well. If they wanted to be a bit more defensive, they would have for sure kept her back and held it in the defence. But yeah, definitely have more attacking ambitions this year.
Yeah, it's a good point. Jackson. Marco has plenty of space, and that's where it's going to go. Rankin. Fuji. Oh, that's a nice ball. Hewitt can bring it inside for box. Knox is there, and important intervention there by Ange Mills. But Inter press forward again. Knox gets the cross in, and it's just played away. Can Williams keep it in? Not quite. Unlucky. I don't think there was much in that.
No.
DeMarco. Rojas. Robertson for company. Hewitt didn't quite get hold of that as probably she would have liked, so Burks are able to bring the ball away. Princess. We just missed Vogelsang. Jackson manages to get the ball inboard. But can Vogelsang get onto this? Chappell, good touch. Brings it forward. Vogelsang, a chance to get a shot in. Holds on. Still Vogelsang in the end, closed down by both Jackson and DeMarco. How about that touch by Sarah Chappell? Very inventive.
Very nice. Yeah, I've got to say those two, being in the forward positions that they are just then, looking very dangerous. Yeah, I'm surprised that Vogelsang didn't get a shot on target there. She had a shot, had a chance, pulled it back, but they've won the corner.
They've won the corner. Yep. They're piling players into
Princess
the 6
might
yard
get it
area.
short. Nope, it's gone in.
It's going to be Macaulay to swing it in with the left. It's high. And Williams tried to get there, and the shot there by Orsino just missed in the end. Well, Sarah Chappell, one of a dwindling number of players that was part of the 2021 West Torrens Birkalla side that played in the State League, finished second, and was promoted on the basis of the league getting expanded from 8 teams to 10. They played a playoff, the relegation promotion playoff against Fulham. Didn't win that, but not long after that, we were told it's 10 teams now, and you're in. And
Good
they
timing.
haven't looked back. Yeah, indeed. Now they're trying to get back in this game which they can maintain second spot in if they get at least a point. But they're under pressure here with Rojas. Fuji wanting to get the ball back to Rojas. Still Rojas. Gets it around the keep. Oh, just hits the outside of the post. It would have been a long way back from Burks from there, but the score remains 1-0 to Inter. Kurosawa just hooking it over, a bit of pressure here. Oh, and
out.
Rankin and Simpson just colliding there. Simpson might have come off the worst for wear there.
For sure.
Back on her feet quickly though. It's going to be an Inter throw. They've been knocking on the door of extending their lead. Fuji, DeMarco, Jackson, Vidmar, Rojas. Frank's in the way. Rojas regains possession. And it's come out to Rankin now. Oh, wanted to get the ball back in. Rankin with the shot. Just wide, and she's knocking on the door herself. It's a corner. Well, it's still over half an hour to go, but I just feel like with the shape this game is taking that 2-0 might just be close to a knockout blow. Just with the amount of pressure that Inter just keep heaping on.
Yeah, they're definitely knocking at the door.
Fuji to take the corner, just a little bit into the wind that's just blowing across the ground. It's at the back towards Knox, and well held there by Kurosawa. Ends up throwing it above her head to get it to Vogelsang. Good challenge by Jackson, but Macaulay has it. Franks. Ursino. Princess. Box. And it's coming out now to Chappell. Can they get one on the counter? But Chappell's ball there is probably going to be Conley's, who's just going to have to play it with the feet. It was right on the line of the penalty area. Away there by DeMarco. Robertson. Ball by Ursino towards Princess. Rankin battling there with... Oh, the ball's come through there. Vogelsang. Vogelsang! Oh, that's a really good block there by Hannah Freer, who's had a really good game. Williams throw. We'll leave it for Princess. Now, Princess trying to find a way to get the ball inboard and does so. Nearly found Williams there, but it runs on for Comley. But maybe a bit of encouragement there for Burks. Just able to get a little bit more time in their attacking areas. Not something they've been able to do a lot of in this game so far. Knox. Freer. Jackson. Slips it out to the right hand side. Box. Receives from Vidmar. Back with Vidmar. In the way there was Ursino. So it's back with Inter's defence and Freer again. Out wide. Here's DeMarco. Wants to chip it in. Headed away importantly there by Robertson, but Knox has it, and that ball's going to run through for Kurosawa. We've played 61 minutes on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard. For all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions, it's Salisbury into 1 through Cote Rojas's goal, West Torrens Birkalla 0. And we thank our partner Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA. Here goes Mills, but the ball's been won by Vidmar. Knox. Fuji. Knox gets it back to Jackson and Knox again. Oh, that touch is going to run on to Princess though. But through came Rojas. In to try to build again. Jackson. Rojas' touch there is going to get cleared. Knox, who's very much managed to... It's going to be a free kick to Fuji there. But Knox has thus far had the better of the battle with Vogelsang. It's a titanic battle, that's for sure. Now, Talia Bilardo is going to come on, and so is Atara Jayamane for Burks. And I think Ursino is going to be one of the players coming off, and so is Ange Mills. So Bilardo, we know, will go forward. And Jayamane is going to the right back position, to the left wing position, I should say.
Chappell's moved back to a more traditional midfield.
Yeah, she was clearly filling in for Bilardo at 9.
I didn't mind it.
No, not at all.
She's played nearly everywhere, I think. She's been centre back, midfield, now 9.
Now, Bilardo with the first touch and trying to make the substitution impact right away. In to bring it forward now. We're in the 64th minute. His box. All the way back to Comley. Freer. Wants Rojas. Macaulay will lead the race to that, and the ball's going to run out. Burks absolutely need to maintain their record of scoring in every match. Simpson, Williams, cross here. There's a chance. Is Jayamana on the end of it? No, Freer won it. And Box has time. Cushioned header by Rojas, but Robertson read it. Simpson forward. Now, it seems to have stopped, and Bilardo was offside. Well, a lot of confusion there, I think, Nicole.
Yeah, Bilardo was offside.
I don't think Jayamana was, and
No.
If they'd perhaps just been aware of that, I don't know, maybe they were, but Jayamana could have been the player who got onto the ball. Jackson. Well, it's gone straight to Jayamana. Franks. Vogelsang. Bilardo. This is better. Franks has kept the run going. Can she get a cross in? Looking to Bilardo. Rankin was there. And the ball is broken to Comley. But they've had a few good minutes, Burks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was the best play they've probably had with the additions of the substitutes. So definitely a good call bringing them on a bit earlier before it's too late. But I wouldn't be surprised if they pull one back here in the next 5 or 10.
Well, they're certainly giving themselves the chance to do that. Vidmar's throw towards box, but just over the into midfielder. Knox battling away. So is Jayamana. Chappell's touch. Jackson's header. Williams. Rankin's able to win it and get it to Knox. And now they can just calm it down with Vidmar and Comley. Jackson. Rankin, I feel like, has played a really good second half, Talia Rankin. Freer has some space and puts a nice ball through to the overlapping run of Vidmar, and Jayamana's put it out for a corner.
Yeah, that was well done by Freya there. She saw the space and took advantage and played through a very nice ball. Bougie again on the corner.
And we'll be able to send an in-swinger in. Knox lurks at the back, as does Rankin. It's closer to goal. Oh, and the punch just had enough on it from Kurosawa. Knox. And well done by Chappell there. Inter will have possession again. Knox with the throw. Sends Rojas forward. Rojas up against Simpson. Now Williams comes to help, but Rojas wins the corner. Another chance for a set piece for Salisbury Inter. Another chance for Fuji. We're in the 70th minute. This Apex Steel WNPLSA Round 6 clash here at Service FM Stadium. Fuji's corner, Kurosawa grabs and does well. Now, tries to get the ball out towards where Bilardo is. Bilardo will be able to get hold of it, but DeMarco's in the way. And that's just Miss Chappell, but Vogelsang's there. Jackson, it's broken back Burke's way, but Fuji has control again for Inter. Now, DeMarco's ball sets Rojas off on the attacking right. DeMarco, and Kurosawa's out again. He's done a good job tonight. Not much she could have done about Koto Rojas's goal, but Kurosawa's been very well positioned on many, many occasions. Just had that one wobble in the first half. Wasn't costly in the end though. Now, DeMarco, ball forward, but it's going to be cleared by Simpson. Here's Vidmar. In to have time. No pressure. So Jackson's able to build again. Oh, but that ball's going to split the two Inter players on the attacking left and go out for a throw. Perinsis. Simpson wins another throw. Princess Vogelsang moving towards and gets the ball up to Williams. Back to Vogelsang is good. Vogelsang just has to go back to Chappell. Good defending again by Inter, and Rankin again. Inter throw. Well, you can't knock Inter's midfield tonight, and the way they've been competing. Fuji, Rankin and Knox, they've been terrific.
Yeah, working really hard in there. Good intensity.
Ball's gone out for a Burke's throw. Robertson leaves it for Perinsis. Williams. Bilardo. Three Inter players surrounded, but the ball's come to Simpson. Oh, given away, Jackson. And it's going to end up all the way back to Inter's keeper, Comley, who can just get Jackson going again. DeMarco. Jackson wanting to get Rojas going, but Simpson's there. Here's Fuji. Freer. It's been a great contest here at Service FM Stadium between the teams that started this round second and third. Here's Bilardo. Oh, and that slipped through. Vogelsang is onside. Vogelsang. Oh, Comley came and won it. Is a long way from home, but fortunately for Inter, it falls to Lexi Knox. Here's Georgia box, and that's going to be a free kick for the challenge on Knox. No advantage in the end. And Comley just in the nick of time there to deny Vogelsang. Box. Free. Jackson now looks left. Intercepted there by Simpson. It's going to be a throw in. DeMarco right on the halfway line. Rojas heads inboard nicely for Rankin, for Hewitt, I should say. Rojas brings it around Robertson. Still Cote Rojas gets the ball inboard. It's cleared, only as far as Rankin. Ball inboard finds Rojas. Tries to get an angle for a shot. Now, chance here for Vidmar. And Michaela Vidmar can score. In fact, as remember in her Adelaide City days, was sometimes thrown forward with great success, but not on that occasion. DeMarco. It's going to be a Burke's throw. Last 15 minutes. It's going to be played for real. You can make sure, you can be assured of that. Chappell wins the throw. Williams to take. Vogelsang offers, but it's not going to quite reach her. We're going to get another go though. Inter have done a pretty good job, mostly keeping Vogelsang quiet. She did almost get away though a few minutes ago. One-on-one with Comley that the Inter keeper was just able to get to in time. Chappell's the throw. Jackson gets it away. So only Rojas forward, but great control as always. And Hewitt just trying to play it inboard, but losing her balance. Now Inter are going to bring on Selena Cravo for Hewitt, who's put in a good shift. That might mean a little bit of a reshuffle. I'd expect Cravo to go into a more central position. Hewitt's been a bit more to the left, but Cravo starts out left as things stand. Here's Williams. Rankin in the way again. Simpson. Rankin wins it. And put out by Perinsis. Well, you game to make a prediction, Nicole, about what might happen in this last quarter of an hour or so?
I think it'll stay 1-0. If I had to make a prediction. But
don't mean to throw you under the bus, mate.
No, that's all right. We saw probably a 10-minute period from Burks that looked really promising, but
that ball's going to go out. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, saw a really promising period from Burks. I feel like that may have dropped off a little bit into have taken back control. But yeah, we shall see.
I've really enjoyed the competitiveness of this game. I feel like both these teams have really put in a huge effort, particularly in the way they've tried to apply pressure, and particularly in the midfield battle's been so intense.
Yeah, these two teams always up for a battle. It's a handball.
Oh, not given though. DeMarco clears. Now, Vogelsang has got two interplayers around her and will win the free kick. Princess likes to put these around the penalty spot. Can they find a way through here, Burks? And that's exactly where it goes. Jackson heads it away. It's put out there by DeMarco. Williams with the throw. Plenty of urgency now. Simpson forward. Up towards Vogelsang. No Jackson there. Rankin. Box. Looking for Cote Rojas. It's going to be an Inter throw. Inter going to make two changes here. Fazzolari and Coimpsis to come on. Vidmar will come off. Well, Coimpsis can go straight to that spot at right back. And Rankin has come off as well, and she's put in a great shift. And Gabby Fazzolari was the player that started into going this season, scored their first goal in their first game against Metro Stars. Now they need to defend. Knox. Fazzolari. DeMarco. Robertson comes through for Burks. Oh, but it's fallen to Cravo. Might get the return here. Good play by Simpson. It's back with Fazzolari. Battle is still intense in midfield, as you'd expect. Fuji clears up. Coimpsis. Rojas. Ball in board, trying to get Box going. Now, Williams up against DeMarco. DeMarco's going to have to be clean here to be able to turn around. Fuji. Fazzolari. Oh, that's gone out. We're in the 82nd minute. Salisbury into 1. West Torrens Birkalla 0. Cote Rojas' goal. Currently the difference. But here goes Chappell. And a chance for Bilardo, put out by Freer. High in there by Simpson. Box trying to get under it. Vogelsang. Lena Vogelsang gets the shot away into the middle, and it's been finished by Williams. The ball broke to Sasha Williams, and she was able to tap it home to make it 1-1. Oh, they finally found a way through.
Wow, they kept Simpson especially. I've noticed the last few chances she's had, she's just been putting long balls that are going to make them uncomfortable, and you know, Vogelsang did really well there out wide and cut it back, and yeah, they managed to capitalise, much to Inter's disgust at this time in the game. But yeah, a minimum of 7 minutes to go, so we'll see how we go.
And what that does, from a live ladder point of view, is put Burks back into second spot. And now they're threatening to take all 3 points with Jayamana. Away by Box. Fazzolari, Cravo, Inter. Their great work tonight undone. Fazzolari switches it over to the right-hand side, and here's Coimsis, fresh on the field. The two subs combining, trying to take on Franks. Franks will win that battle. Jayamana will get it back to Macaulay. Freer. Knox. Pressure's on here. Coimsis getting it forward. Macaulay in the way. Here goes Jayamana. It's going to be put out. Well, as things stand, Burks are on 13 points in second spot. Comets are third on 12 points and Inter fourth on 11. Of course, NTC, their round 6 game will be played in a couple of weeks' time. Now they've got a chance here. Vogelsang, oh, it was in two minds. Williams wanted to give it back. Nobody pulled the trigger in the end.
Should be off Inter.
It's a goal kick in the end. Oh, I thought the same. I thought there might have been a touch on the way through, but no one's complained. It's an Inter goal kick. 5 minutes to go on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Salisbury Inter 1, West Torrens Birkalla 1. The goal scorers Cote Rojas and Sasha Williams. And we thank our partner Apex Steel, official naming rights partner of the Apex Steel WNPLSA, for bringing us what's been a fantastic clash at Service FM Stadium in round 6 of the Apex Steel WNPLSA season. The teams that came into this round second and third, 1-1, Inter and Burks. It's going to be another Burks throw. Purinsis. Bilardo wanted to give it back, but Cravo was there. Fuji, Rojas, Fuji. Brings it to the edge of the area, wanting to get it over towards box, but Kurosawa is able to come out.
Vogelsang's away.
Vogelsang is away. And Bilardo and Williams are rushing forward as well. Still Vogelsang. Oh, and Fazzolari is able to claim and get it to Coimsis. Comley, these last few minutes are going to be huge here. You think both these teams are probably going to go for the win. Franks now bursting forward, wanting to get the ball through to Bilardo, but Box worked hard to get back and get it to Comley. And now it's out to Cravo. Cravo up against Simpson. Wins the header. Fuji. Good play there by Purinsis. But it's back with Inter. Right hand side. Jayamana comes to win the ball and win the throw. Vogelsang. It's going to fall to Knox. Fuji. Ball will break here to DeMarco. Inboard or Cravo let it run, but probably needed to take possession. Here's Bilardo for Burks. Vogelsang, they're bursting forward. The Burks players. Chappell's made a huge run. Oh, and Vogelsang didn't quite see it in time, and Knox was able to get the ball away for Inter. Franks now can turn and get the ball up the attacking left for Burks, but it's gone out throw. 2 minutes left plus stoppage time here at Service FM Stadium. 1-1 the score. Vogelsang, Jayamana trying to get through, but Box wins it. Oh, Vogelsang in the way. Bilardo. Jayamana Back with Knox, who's got some time. Freer. Over towards Rojas. Cleared by Simpson. Freer again. Knox and Vogelsang. This is Vogelsang. Franks. Gets it back from Macaulay. Long ball looking for Jayamana. Jackson gets it forward towards Cravo. DeMarco's ball's got Fuji going. Robertson's going to need to get there and put it out. Into the final minute. Before stoppage time, Jazz Forward's going to come on for Inter in place of Georgia Box. Last roll of the substitutions, you would think. Fuji. Freer. Kuimsis. Now, can Forward get onto it? Franks clears. We are very, very close to the 90 minutes being up. We don't know how much extra time, how much stoppage time there's going to be. You wouldn't think too much, probably just the subs. Big win there by Jackson. Kurosawa.
Yeah, I think the game's really come to life the last 5 minutes. As soon as that equaliser went in, you could see a bit of belief sparking through Burks, and also Inter probably felt a bit, hang on a minute, that was our game, and suddenly it's 1-0, and yeah, not much left to play. So the intensity definitely has risen massively. Vogelsang in particular, she's been very, very good these last 5 minutes.
Yeah, she had been pretty well held, I think, certainly in the first half, and probably a bit of the second half, but she's really made her presence felt and was very important in Burke's equalising. Fuji there, no foul. Franks, Jayamana, Kuimsis wins it, battling hard. But Vogelsang comes through and Jackson comes through. Knox turns. Wanted to get the ball up towards Forwards, going to get the free kick. We've played 80 seconds of stoppage time. Will Inter just try to float one into the area to get a last minute winner? Gee, they sure haven't played in any boring matches this year, Salisbury Inter.
Nope.
Fuji to deliver again. Burke's holding the line forward of the penalty area. It's towards the box, towards Knox. DeMarco coming through. Perinsis wins it well for Burks and clears. Inter can reload through Freer. Plays it long. Oh, Forward wanted to get it forward, but it's going to go too far from an Inter point of view. And Kurosawa has it. Freer. It's Perinsis for Burks. Good win though by Forward, but Knox's ball has been won by Robertson. We've played 2.5 minutes now. You wouldn't think there's much time left, but Burks have a throw on their attacking left-hand side and maybe a chance to get the ball into the area. Vogelsang. Knox wins it and will win a free kick. Just a bit of chat there. And referee Seaton just making sure that that didn't escalate. Don't think it was going to be honest. But Comley's going to come up to go long into the 4th minute of stoppage time. Rojas tries to get it forward, headed by Chappell for Burks. Knox forward. In the way there again was Macaulay, and Jayamana is able to burst up the left. Bilardo's forward with her. It's 2 against 3. Jayamana. Jackson's going to get there for Inter. Here's Jazz forward. Jayamana worked back really well. It's still a throw, but the momentum of that potential attack lost. Fazzolari. Inter get it, Burks get it forward. Coimsis for Inter. Vogelsang chips it over towards Williams, but Matilda Comley will get there first. 4 minutes extra have been added. Referee Seaton is, I think, about to blow the whistle. We've been treated to a fantastic game here at Service FM Stadium, and it finishes with these two sides level at 1 goal apiece. Cote Rojas for Inter in the 36th minute. Sasha Williams equalising for Burks in the 82nd. An absolute battle royale between two teams that have been among the front runners thus far this season. Nicole Blackett, how can you sum that one up?
Yeah, exciting, I think, especially the second half. The game got amped up a little bit. And obviously when there's a late equaliser, it really makes for a very exciting last few minutes. So, yeah, it was enjoyable.
They hung in there well, didn't they, Burks? I think they didn't look like scoring. I think we both probably thought that with about probably 15 minutes to go, they'd had a few good minutes. They didn't find a way through, but after another period where they'd been on the back foot a bit, they just kept trying to get forward. Simpson, I think, was, and I don't mean in this a bad way, but she was really throwing the kitchen sink, just like let's just get the balls forward. And in the end, they found that moment with Vogelsang and then squaring the ball, and Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, no, it was very, very exciting. Burks are a relentless team. They have been since they've been in this league. They will fight to the very end, no matter what the score. So, getting that equaliser late, they eyes lit up a little bit. They were pushing. They made some good substitutions. I think boosted them in the right times. And yeah, I think 1-1. So
if they can keep this going as well, I mean, they're going to finish the round in second spot because they've got themselves to 13 points, and Comets will be on 12 now, and Inter will be on 11, and NTC aren't playing this weekend. They were on 10. But this is a really good chance for them now. They've got to this point, a third of the way of the season, to possibly have their best year. I mean, one of my favourite stats is in the 4 years they've been in so far, their finishing positions, not in order, but have been 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. So they've got a real chance now to do something to put them closer to the top.
Yeah, look, they've had experience in finals, and I don't see why not. A team that has a lot of heart. They're very physical. They want to push to be up there, and new coaches come in as well, so it's probably doing some really good things with a good group of players.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think from Inter's point of view as well, I mean, let's not forget, speaking of previous finishing positions, the top 3 in each of the last 7 seasons, and they've clearly got a good side again. So yeah, this might be the sort of teams that will be probably, along with Comets, the main challenges for your West side this year, and some of the toughest opponents that you probably will face.
Yeah, I think this year Salisbury have arguably been more consistent than the last couple of years. I think they've had slow starts in the past couple, and then they've really amped it up in the second half, and obviously have won a few trophies, so they know when to turn it on. So yeah, although it was a draw tonight, I think they should still be pretty happy with themselves being where they are, and it was a tough game tonight for them to get the win, but yeah, absolutely.
Well, there is one more game in this round, and it'll be your West Adelaide side tomorrow afternoon, kicking off at 3:15 p.m. away to Modbury Vista at New Spot Stadium. I'll be out there for that too. Look forward to bringing it to you. And just a reminder that next weekend is a cup round, It's the round of 16 of the WNPL and WSL Cup, the round in which all the top division teams enter the competition, and West Torrens Birkalla will actually be at home to Adelaide City on Friday night, April the 24th. Certainly, as we've mentioned tonight, a lot of ex-Adelaide City players in that in the Burke side. And Salisbury Inter, they'll be away to Metro Stars on Saturday the 25th on Anzac Day. Of course, they've already had a win at TK Shutter Reserve, round 1 of the WNPL. They'll be returning to play in the round of 16 of the WNPL and WSL Cup. And round 7 of the WNPL will take place on May 1st and May the 2nd. Well, hope you have a great rest of the weekend out there, folks. Thanks so much for joining me tonight, Nicole Blackett.
No problem. Thanks
And
for having me.
all the best tomorrow in your match away to Vista. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you can join us for the match at New Spot tomorrow afternoon at 3:15 p.m. Have a great rest of the weekend.